Hey guys, can you hear me? Hello, guys, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, hi, good morning. Okay, the yesterday what we discussed, right? What is testing, and what is the difference between manual testing and automation testing, and what is negative testing and what is positive testing. So, can anyone define what is negative testing and what is positive testing? Anyone? What is negative testing and what is positive testing? Anyone? Yesterday we discussed, right? What is negative testing and what is positive testing? Anyone have idea? What is meaning of positive testing, guys?
If we try to log in without the username and password, yeah, is called negative testing.
Hmm. Correct. Correct.
And if we try to log in with password and username is called positive testing.
Yeah. Valid username. Valid username. Valid
Well,
password. Yes. Correct. Okay. Good. So we need to do while you are testing any application, right? We need to do both the positive testing as well as we need to do the negative testing also. Okay. So for what purpose we are doing the testing? For what purpose we are doing the testing? What is the testing definition? Can anyone tell me what is testing definition? What is testing definition? Anyone? What is testing definition, guys? Tested any application, it should work as per the given requirements, right? Yesterday we discussed, right? What is testing? Testing means what? Whether the application is working according to the given requirements or not. So they will provide the requirements. Based on the requirements, your application is working correctly or not, you need to check. That we can call it as what? Testing. Don't say testing means finding the defects. For what reason we are doing the testing? Anyone? For what purpose we are doing the testing? For what purpose we are doing the testing, guys? Can you hear me? For what purpose we are doing the testing? Anyone? Quality. So quality purpose. We are doing what? Quality. How you define the quality? How you define the quality?
to define the quality,
How you define the quality? How can you say your application is a quality application? How can you say that?
expected value.
Hmm. Quality. How you define the quality? I told you, right? Justification of all the requirements. So I will provide some requirements. Okay. So if you fulfill all the requirements means definitely you will get what? Quality product. So what is right? What is here? Requirement one, login page. Requirement two, home page. Requirement three, logout page. So if you fulfill all the requirements, okay, login is working correctly. Okay, home page is working correctly. Okay, logout page is working correctly. So if you fulfill all the requirements, in that case what you will get? Quality. What you will get? Quality. Justification of all the requirements. What are the requirements they provide, right? If you fulfill all the requirements, right?
Software is
Sorry.
voice testing.
Sorry, can you hear me? You're saying something? Okay. Uh, so requirements, if you fulfill all the requirements, right? Definitely
I
you will.
forgot unmute the mic, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay, okay, no problem. So quality, how you define the quality is defined the justification of what all the requirements, login page is working, home page is working, logout page is working, then definitely you will get what quality. Okay, so this is one of the most important interview question. Yeah, today's session is very very important. Guys, can you please one more time just confirm, are you able to see my screen? Are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So see, what is testing? Yesterday we discussed to ensure means make sure that whether the application is working as per the given requirements or not. I told you, right? They will provide the requirements. You need not worry about the requirements. You just validate. You just verify that your application is working as per the given requirements or not. Okay. Now, I told you, right, software testing is a process of verification whether the project will be acceptable to its end user. So you need to remember this point. Who needs to accept your application? End user need to accept your application. So end user is very very important. So always you need to think like what end user point of view. Okay. Now in interview they will ask you, can you define the testing types? What are the testing types? So you can say that structural and functional. What is meaning of structural testing and what is meaning of functional testing? So structural testing means what? The structural testing is nothing but what? White box testing. So what we can say that white box testing. And functional testing we can call it as what? Black box testing. So understanding, right? Black box testing. Now the question is what? Who will do the white box testing and who will do the black box testing? Anyone have idea? Who will do the white box testing and who will do the black box testing? Is anybody have idea? Who will do the white box testing, guys? Anyone have idea?
Sir, developer.
Yeah, developer.
Why
Developer will do
developer?
the unit testing.
Good answer. Now tell me, we are already there, right? Testing team is already there, right? Then why the developer need to test?
Basically, they will prepare the build, right?
Hmm.
So they'll test in the initial phase that they can call it as from their end unit testing.
Excellent. Good. Good. Yes, but see, you need to understand like that. Otherwise, if you read the definition right, it won't be work out an interview. Yes, because the developer. See, the question is what testing team is already there. Then why developer need to do test again? So what he said right is absolutely correct. Okay, let's see what is structural and what is functional. So structural testing, who will do? Let's see, the testing based on knowledge of internal logic. If you know the internal logic of application code, if you know the logic, if you know the code, in that case what kind of testing you can perform? White box testing. Now tell me, generally who knows the code, who knows the logic? Developer or tester?
Obviously, developer.
Ah, developer, right? So simply we can say that if you know the code, if you know the logic, then what kind of testing you can perform? White box testing. See, it is also called as what? Glass box testing. Why they call it as it's a white box testing? Because they can see the code. See, white box in white paper, if you write something, right, you can able to see, right? The same way the developer can able to see the code. See, this is the method, this is the class, this is the, so the whatever the code, application code, that they can see. So that the reason they call it as what? It's a white box. Okay, the testing is based on the knowledge of internal logic of application code. If you know the logic, if you know the application code, then what kind of testing we can perform? White box testing. Now someone is already said that, right? Obviously the testing, the application logic and application code known by developer, so developer will do unit testing. This we can call it as what? Unit testing or a component testing. Say unit testing or a component testing belongs to what? White box testing. Why they call it as a white box? Because I'm able to see the code. Okay, developers is always able to see the code. Internal software and code working should be known for this type of testing. If you want to perform white box testing, you need to know the code. Then only you can test the white box testing. Understanding, right? So already you know that who knows the code, the development team. This, see, this we can call it as many names: glass box, open box, clear box, transparent box. All are belongs to what? White box testing. In interview, can you please define what is transparent box? Don't put your face as a dull face, okay? Because you know, right, what is transparent? What does the transparent means? What you are able to see the code, right? So that is called unit testing, or we can say that it's a white box testing. Glass box or a clear box or open box, all are belongings to what? White box testing. See, white box testing also known as clear box, open box, glass box, transparent box. Okay, and also the developer will follow some techniques. Okay, while they're doing the testing, the developer is also following some techniques. What are that techniques? Control flow, data flow, branch testing, path testing, statement coverage, decision coverage. Don't worry, this all will be taken care by whom? Your developer. Development team also do some testing. That testing we can call it as what? Unit testing or a component testing. Understanding, right? Anybody have any question here? Is it clear? Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what is black box testing? See, this is one of the most important ones. Now, who will do the black box testing? See, internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. Okay, so no need to. Suppose if you don't know any coding, then we can test that application. See, that's the reason they call it as it's a what, black box testing. We never see the code. See, code we never see. So that's the reason you can test Java application, you can test Python related application, you can test .NET related application, you can test mobile related applications, and you can test network related application, you can test cloud related application. We are least bother about the code. So code is not required here. Okay, here code is not required here. Okay, then how you will test? Can anyone tell me? You don't know the code, then how you will test this application? How you will test, guys? You don't know the code, then how you will
Yeah,
test?
this is basically related for the UI or screen test we do. Right? For that, we don't require any code.
Hmm, okay, not UA. Now I'm asking to you to test the Amazon application. Okay, I'm asking to test the Amazon application. You don't know any code, then how you will test this Amazon application? So how you test
Y-
this application?
Yeah, basically we will write this one, right? Steps. And
Correct.
the first step,
Requirements. Yes,
yeah,
correct. Requirements. Good. So, see, simple guys. If you don't know anything about the coding, then how we will test that application? See, the black box testing, internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. You know, if you don't know the logic or if you don't know the internal system, also not a problem. Then how you will test this application? See, the test based on what? Requirements. I told you, right, how you will test. What is testing definition? Check whether your application is working as per the given requirements or not. They will provide the requirements. Yesterday I show you valid username, valid password. That username they will provide you, that valid password also they will provide you, each and everything they will provide you, right? You just follow the requirements, and also you need to check the functionality. What is called functionality? All the functionalities are same or different?
No differs.
Different, right? So login functionality is different, logout functionality is different, right? So make sure that you need to check that application. Okay, see here, there is a login functionality. If you give the valid username, valid password, if you click right, login functionality is different. Okay, if both are valid, then only it should work. Logout functionality, once you log in, right, you can go with once you log in, right. Now this is the login functionality. Okay, now if you log out, right, logout functionality is what? If you close, if you click logout means the page should be closed. If you click the login means the page should be open. So the functionality is different. Okay, you need to check each and every functionality. Okay, so how I need to test your application means based on your requirements and functionality. You need to understand the functionality. If you not understand the functionality, right, then it won't be work out. Understanding, right? The other than unit testing, the remaining testing belongs to what? Black box testing. So you can test any kind of application, guys. You can ask them, give your application, I'm ready to test. Okay, it is Java or a Python or a Ruby or AI, whatever the technologies will come, we will ready to test your application, because we are depends on requirements. We are not depending on your code. We are not depending on your things. Understanding, right? We are depending on what? Requirements. As per the requirements, it is working as expected or not. Understanding, right? So that the reason you can easily crack the testing jobs. Okay, but you need have basic knowledge. Okay, so you need required some knowledge. Okay, so easily you can crack. Okay, so this is one of the most important. Internal system design is not considered in this type of testing. The test based on the requirements and functionality. Okay. So we are what? Functional testers. See, that the reason, if you observe that structural testing and functional testing in interview in job portals, they will ask you, is there anyone functional testers? So we required functional testers. We required what? Functional testers. So in case they ask you, right, functional testers is required means you can apply for that job. We are what? Functional testers. Understanding, right? We are on what? Functional testers. So try to understand, don't read, okay, don't buy hard. Try to understand what is functional testers, and what is functional testers, and you need to understand what is functional testers means what. Okay, functional testers is nothing but what? Black box testers. Is it clear, guys? So no need to worry about code. They will provide the requirements. Based on the requirements, you need to test your application. We are also following some techniques. So while you are doing the testing, right, we are also following some techniques. What are there? Equivalency partition, boundary value analysis, and cause effect graphing. So whenever you hit some issue, right, or you are seeing any defect or anything, right, we need to do some analysis and we need to use some techniques. Okay, so we'll discuss this when the project will come, but I will give you one example for one of the most important one. BVA. What is called BVA? What is called BVA? BVA is nothing but what? Boundary value analysis. Okay, now tell me, guys, your requirement is what? Username is there. Okay, username is there. Now, what is your requirement? Do you know how many characters we need to enter? We don't know, right? Then what we need to do? We need to go through the requirements. Here in the requirements, clearly defined, the username should be 4 to 15 characters. So it's here requirement is clearly mentioned that 4 to 15 characters. Okay. So how you will test this, guys? Can anyone tell me how what is your approach to test this one? So how you will test this one?
Yeah, first we'll give the username with the positive characters like
Uh,
between 4 to 15 characters will
correct.
give. And after that we'll try to use give a within 4 to 1.
Hmm.
That is a negative scenario.
Correct.
And yeah, you can use this alphabets also,
Hmm.
and along with the numbers and some other
Special
like
characters. Yes.
special characters or any other things we can trying with the different scenarios.
Correct. Good. So here, see, now simple, guys. Yeah, what you said is absolutely correct. So here, what is called BVA, boundary value analysis. This is one of the most important one. Okay, BVA. So what are the boundaries we have? Like minimum value. You can take simple example. Minimum value. What is called minimum value here? 4. What is maximum value? What is maximum value here? 15. What is the range? Range. What is the range? 4 to 15 characters, right? So now I need to test this one. So how we need to test? As a black box tester, you can use the BVA technique. Okay, so what we can do is simply no need to give one letter, two letters, three letters. You need not spend that much of time. Okay, simply what you can give, 4 minus 1. So what is that value? 3. 3 characters. Is this valid or invalid? 3 characters. If I enter the 3 characters here, right, that is valid or invalid?
Invalid case.
Invalid, right? Yes, it is invalid. So make sure that it should not allow. In case your application is allowing, means this is the bug. Okay, no need to ask whether it is bug or not. Next, maximum value. What is your maximum value? 15. 15 plus 1. What is the what is the total value? 16. Now you can give the 16 characters. Is this valid or invalid?
Yeah, invalid.
It's a invalid, right? So your application should not allow. So no need to test all the values. Suppose I'm giving to test 5 to 500, 5 to 500 values. So here, no need to test all the things 5, 6, 7, 8 up to 500. No need to test. Okay, it will take lot of time, right? Simply what you can do is you can use a BVA technique. What is called BVA, boundary value analysis. So first of all, you need to understand what is the minimum value 5. Okay, you got it that right. What is the maximum value here? You know that it is a 500. So what you can do is minimum value minus 1. So 4. 4 should not allow. In case it is allowing means what? It is a bug. No need to ask whether it is bug or not. Because it 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 is not matching with your requirements. I told you right just now. I told you what is black box testing. The black box testing is always based on the test based on the requirements and the functionality. So we always depend on what requirements. I'm not depending on code. I'm depending on what because I'm not see the code as a tester. I never see the code. This that's the reason they call it as what it's a black box tester. Understanding right? Got it right. So this is one of the most important one. Okay, what are the testing types? Don't say white and black. Always you need to say the good terminology: structural testing and functional testing. So what is structural testing and what is functional testing. So make sure that what is structural. The structural testing is nothing but a white box testing, and the white box testing is done by the developer. Why they need to do? Because they need to check at least one time whether the code is working properly or not. Because see, developer what they will do generally, you know, right? What developer will do? Developer will write what code. Whatever he write the code, he think it's correct. Okay, but see why white box is very important. Interview question. Dev. Dev means developer. In real time, we can call it as what dev team. What developer will do generally? Developer job is what? Developer role is what? Always he writes some code, or implemented the code, or modify the code, or he fix the code. So whenever he writes some code, right, he will not directly send to the QA. Okay, because suppose you are a QA guy. Okay, you are a QA guy. Okay, testing team always called as a QA. Okay, QA team. So now you are QA guy. He writes some code, and what he is doing, he is not doing any unit testing. Simply it is passed to the QA. Now QA guy is testing, but it is not working. Then what the QA guy will do? He will immediately pass to the development team. So this is what everyone know, right? Okay. Again, he modify the code. Again, he is not testing. Development team is not testing. Again, he is pushed to the code to the QA. Okay. Again, QA is testing same issue what we hit with the previously, and again that issue is reported to back to what, to the developer. See, is this productivity? No, right? It is the wasting of the time. Okay, simply time waste process, because he is writing some code. He is thinking whatever I'm writing the code is correct. Okay, but testing team is always rejected. Hey, I'm hitting the same issue. I'm always hitting the same issue. Here, the productivity, we are what? We are losing the productivity, because every day we are doing the same work. He is fixing, we are rejecting. He is fixing, we are rejecting. He is fixing, we are rejecting. So, we are losing our time. Time is very important, right? Okay. So, in this case, to avoid these kind of things in real time, what developer need to do? I told you, right? Unit testing. So developer need to do what? Unit testing. Unit testing is nothing but what? White box testing. So once the white box testing, he sees his output and it is working correctly, then he will push to directly to the server. Okay, in real time we have that environments will be there. Okay, dev environment, Q environment. This is the production environment, live environment. Okay, now this code will push into build format. The same build will be pushed into QA. Okay, don't worry, I will explain you. Today I'm just telling what is white box testing and what is black box testing. Now this build will come. This build is assigned to whom? To the QA. Understanding, right? This is the process. First of all, you need to understand the process. Some people will might be think why we need to do why the developer need to do white box testing. Yes, it's a mandatory. Mandatory means what? Compulsory. Whatever you are writing the code, development team need to check unit testing before they push the code to the QA team. At least one time they need to check whether my code is working properly or not. Because if the developer is not doing the unit testing, then what will happen is think that what I am writing the code is correct. But when you test that one, you are hitting lot of issues. Again, we are move back to the development team. Again, developer is changing some code. Again, he is not doing the unit testing. Again, it is moved to the QA. So it's a lengthy process. Again, it's a time wasted process. Again, it is not give any productivity. Understanding, right? So that's the reason white box testing is very important from the developer point of view. Understanding, right? So developer, suppose in coming days you can also become a developer, right? So in case if you are interested, you want to go for a development side also, you need to understand unit testing and component testing. So unit testing is very important. Okay, And black box testing, I told you, right? Once we got the build, then we will go for what? Black box testing. We never see the code, then how we will test? I told you, right? The test based on requirements and functionality. They will provide the requirements based on the requirements, and also we need to check the functionality, login functionality, logout functionality. All the functionalities are not same. Don't think that functionality means everything is same. Debit card is different, credit card is different. I hope everyone understand what is debit card and what is credit card. So you cannot check the both functionality as the same. There are a lot of difference will be there. Okay, debit card means whatever the amount you have, you can use and you can utilize. Okay, but a credit card is not like that. They will provide the limit of that amount, whatever the amount you spend, right? There is a particular time will be there. Within the time you can revert back to that money to the bank. In case if you are not returned back to the bank, then they will start going for interest. Understanding, right? So functionality, why I'm telling all the things, try to understand what is the functionality. Okay, you cannot say login as the same, logout as the same. Okay, so first of all you need to understand the functionality, otherwise you cannot do any testing, you cannot test anything. If you not understand what is the functionality of login, what is the functionality of logout, what is the functionality of debit card, and what is the functionality of credit card, if you don't know that functionality, you cannot test. Don't worry, I told you, right? Yesterday I show you. They will provide the requirement specification documents, BRS, FRS, SRS. Tomorrow we'll see that one. No, don't worry. Okay. And I told you, right? The testing team is also use some techniques, BVA, boundary value analysis. This is one of the most important one. Boundary value analysis. Okay, that minimum value and maximum value we need to take. Minimum value and maximum value. Okay. Is it clear, guys? Anybody have any questions? Is it clear? Yes or no? Is it clear, guys? Interaction is very very important, guys. Every day I will ask the questions. Okay, it's not like only one path. Okay, every day I will ask the questions, and what we covered, and the next day we'll ask the questions. Okay, and the next thing is what is the difference between the black box testing and white box testing? If you observe this diagram, developer knows his logic, developer knows his code, so you always think he knows his output, right? Because I am writing the code means I know what is the output, I know what is expected output. But if you observe the testing team, he's having a lot of questions. Is it correct or not? Is it correct or not? Now I'm giving input, I got some output. Whether that output is correct or not, how you will validate that? Can anyone tell me? How you validate? You are giving some input, you are getting some output. That output is correct or not, how you will confirm?
By seeing the requirement.
Absolutely correct, right? That is 100% correct. Good, excellent. Yes, see, you need to understand the concept. Okay, don't read a black box testing is done by testing team. If you read like that, right, they will reject immediately. Yes, now if you see the diagram, now you need to understand the concept. You are giving input and you are getting output. That output is correct or not, how you know? Because you are very new to that application. You are very new to that application. So in that case, how you know that it is the correct output? So in that case, what we need to do? I have a lot of questions. Is it correct or not? Is it correct or not? In that case, what I need to do? I need to refer the requirement specification document that I will show you. Okay, requirement specification document they will provide. In that you need to get output clearly. But if you think about developer, developer knows his logic and developer knows his code and he knows his output. Okay, he always think whether my logic is working correctly or not. Understanding, right? Now most of the people they ask, do I need to learn? Sir, I'm not a computer science student. I'm a mechanical. I'm a civil. I'm a MBA, I'm a BSc. So if you don't know any coding knowledge also, you can get into the software side. Okay, even you are MBA, you are even you are civil engineer, you are a mechanical engineer, what are maybe, you can always welcome to the software side. Okay, because manual testing, black box testing, see, programming knowledge not required, implementation knowledge not required. Then how you will test? Requirement specification, this word is very 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 powerful, this word is very very important. They will provide what? Requirement specifications. Now tomorrow you join any organization, they ask you test this application, what you need to ask? You will say okay, or you will ask anything?
Yeah, we'll ask requirements.
Excellent, you should ask, could you please provide the requirement specification? Excellent. Yes, you need to ask. Most of the people, I will do, I will do. What you will do? You don't know anything about the application. You don't know anything about what exactly we need to test. But you are giving promise to them. Yes, I will do. Yes, I will do. What you will do without knowing anything? Understanding, right? This is what we need to learn with the practical, real examples. Okay, real time. See, in Instore, they will tell login and log out only 2 pages. In real time, it's not like that. There are a lot of content will be there. Lot of scenarios will be there. So make sure that what you are learning is proper way you need to learn. Okay, in real time. Take always you will think example of real time. Suppose you got a job, or once you get into the organization, they ask you to test that application. Then immediately what you need to ask is, hey, could you please provide the requirement specifications? Then the other person will say that, oh, good, I will share. Understanding, right? Some people will be there, they never ask anything, they never think about the requirements, and simply they will say that yes, yes, but the end of the day they will ask, whole day is gone, right? So don't do that one. In case anyone asks you to test the application, means first of all you need to ask them, could you please provide the requirements? If they provide the requirements, right, based on the requirements you can test the your application. Understanding, right? So programming knowledge is not required. When you're talking about developer side, see, programming knowledge is required. Implementation is knowledge is required. How development will start? It starts with the designs. Okay, so the design team will provide the designs, the layouts. Based on that design, the developer will start writing the coding. Okay, so this is one of the most important session today. This is not demo. Okay, don't tell that it is a demo session. You cannot judge me within 1 or 2 days. Okay, so you cannot say it's a demo, it's a regular session. Yesterday we discussed what is testing. See, simple example of what we learned yesterday, what is testing, and what for what reason we are doing the testing, and what is positive testing and what is negative testing. For every topic we'll get interview questions. Okay, and today session, what the session today? What are the testing types? Structural testing and functional testing. So who will do the structural testing? The structural testing is done by the development team. And functional testing, who will do the functional testing? The QA team. And what is BVA? Boundary value analysis. Okay. So what is we can call it as the transparent testing, or a open box testing, or a clear box testing. That all will comes on white box testing. Understanding, right? So every topic, if you go with every topic, you will get interview question. In what way the testing team confirm whether it is working properly or not, based on the requirements. So that is also interview question. So tomorrow what we can do is, tomorrow we'll see, it's very very important, what is SDLC, software development life cycle. Okay, tomorrow we'll see this one. Okay, anybody have any question, guys? If you want material and videos, right, they will provide. You can share your email IDs and proper phone number. If you provide that, right, then they will provide all the materials. Okay, and videos, along that videos also they will provide you. Okay, anything else, guys? Anybody have any questions? Is it clear? Or anybody have? Please interact, guys. I told you, right? This session is completely for interaction sessions. Okay, it's not like one and one. Okay, it's not like a group of session. Okay, so please, you have any questions or concerns or anything, just discuss. Okay. Anything else, guys? Last call. Yes or no? Is it clear? Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day. We'll meet tomorrow with the same time, 8:15. We'll meet. Okay. And tomorrow we'll discuss what is SDLC. And tomorrow also I will ask the questions. So whatever you have the knowledge, you just answer it. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thanks for your time.